I'm back today with a pair that has really excited me. It's not a pair that I had any idea of. When the year was kind of planned, it wasn't a pair that was even teased. From what I can remember, I don't remember seeing anything about this pair releasing. And as you know, as you watch my channel, I'm not really a guy who's particularly into Jordan 3s. At the beginning of the year, when I kind of planned out the pairs of trainers that I really had my eye on, this wasn't one of them. When they released and I've got them in hand, I was super lucky to get them, I feel. And I think this is a really special pair and a kind of pair that I would definitely recommend. It's a kind of pair that I've been looking at them and picking them up and just getting them in hand and realizing how well they've been put together. So I want to talk about this pair here today, which is the Jordan 3 Seoul 2.0s. I want to give you my kind of quick overview of the things that I think are special about this pair that you might not realize if you didn't give them in hand. So lock in and I'll give you all the details that I think you need to know. So if you're new to the channel, what I do is trainer reviews. I do collection videos and anything to do with this culture to do with buying trainers, or sneakers as you call them in the US. So I try and give like a London OG perspective on some of these newer pairs that have dropped. So if this is the kind of thing that you like, please drop a like, please subscribe, even better. Right, let's have a look at the details on this pair here. So I don't want to go over every detail because there are a million trainer reviews that you can look at and I want to keep this relatively short. But this pair is called the Jordan 3 2.0s, Seoul 2.0s. There was an original pair of Jordan 3 Souls released in 2018 and they are basically all white with some hits of red and blue and elephant print. And for me, it's not a pair that appeals to me, even looking back retrospectively at those photos. They just don't do it for me because I'm not a fan of that bright white. I'm not really a fan of the shape. I'm not a massive fan of elephant print, and at that time, I was not feeling Jordan 3s at all. Then they've never been a trainer that I've kind of grown up with. But what I'm seeing this year, and just being open to different types of trainers, there are some silhouettes that I've not given the light of day in the past that are coming out with really amazing colorways. And also, as I'm getting older, I'm just trying to adapt to looking at shoes that maybe aren't trendy and aren't what everyone's wearing. Ironically, I would say maybe this is one of those kinds of pairs, but I just love them anyway. So Nike have kind of reimagined this pair and been called the 2.0. And it does make me laugh a little bit because Sneaker Den released a video recently where he was kind of talking about how when classics are released, maybe they should go with a 2.0 model rather than opening the vault and maybe ruining it for OG collectors. And this probably is a good example of that argument. I am not interested in the 1.0 pair personally because I think this pair looks better from what I can tell. Some of the features that I think that kind of a little bit controversial is the fact that it's got that aged look. And for me, I really like the aged look. I can't get enough of it. I don't think it's been played out. I think it taps into why so many of these trainers are so popular and have been popular for so long, because there's that nostalgic element. And I actually just like it. I don't like fresh white trainers all the time. It's never been something I've been particularly into. Anyway, enough about that. Let's talk about some of the details. So the things that I really, really like about this trainer are quite a few interesting points. The first thing I really like about this trainer is the quality of the leather, and you can see that it is got a nice tumble. Recently on my channel I reviewed this pair, which is the Lucky Shorts pair, and this pair are lovely. I'm not going to put these down at all. I think these are slept on, but you can see that the quality of the leather is significantly better on the Seoul 2.0 pair. It's just slightly more tumbled and the cuts seem a little bit thicker, and that for me is always a massive plus. I'm a materials guy. Really, if I'm going to spend £200 on a pair of trainers, I'd like them to be the best quality that they can be. So it's got really beautiful leather. That's one of the features I really like about it. It has asymmetric colouring underneath. So as you can see, it's blue on one side and red on the other. That's a nice touch. You have the Jumpman on one of the tongues, and then you have the Korean flag, South Korean flag on the other. And then they also have different coloured air bubbles. So you have a blue bubble on one and a red bubble on the other. And I love an asymmetric trainer, always have, just a little bit quirky, a little bit different. That feature isn't all the way through because around the kind of collar area, you have the same red and the same blue in the same order. Really nice tumbled leather. You have the asymmetric touches. Another feature that I really like is the feature that a lot of people hate, which is this very aged coloured midsole. And I just think it works. I just really like it on the trainer. I don't feel like it, for me, it doesn't make me feel like they've been worn away or they look damaged or worn in. It's just a nice colour. It's just off-white. Sail's been popular for years and I really like this colouring. And then you've also got that on the eyelets as well. Again, when you compare that to the Lucky shorts, which are also off-white, you can see the extent to which it's off-white on the Seoul 2.0s. But personally, I really love that touch. Another feature that I think is really good is they coloured the cuts of the leather. You can see that I'll put it in the B-roll. So on the ridges of the leather cuts, they've almost got this kind of brown colour that you can see. And that was a feature of the Amamaniere 3s, the original white Amamaniere 3s, which everyone fell in love with in 2020. I think it was 2020. Another great touch on this pair. Another feature, they've got the Nike on the booty. You can't beat that. You can't beat that. I think if they'd have had the Jumpman, that would have not been quite it. Another feature that I love about this pair is you have this lovely velvet in the sock liner. I just think that is a fantastic touch. This kind of red, reddy pink, almost infrared colour there as a nod to this Korean flag. And then you've got a kind of blue, lovely fabric with a little bit of a striped pattern as well. Another feature that I love about this trainer is it has the elephant print, but rather than having the kind of really deep grooved elephant print, it's kind of got this fluffy, deeply textured material, and you can kind of faintly see the elephant print. Again, it's in this kind of grey with brown lines. I just think every choice that's been made on this pair of trainers is just incredible. I just feel like this is my favourite pair of the year. This might be my trainer of the year. There are other pairs that I wanted to get in hand, but this is the pair that really excites me. I really think they've done a really good job on this pair. This pair retails for £210, which is crazy to me because all the reviews I'm seeing online in the US say they were $200. So that's one of the first times I think that a pair has retailed higher in the UK than it has in the US that I can remember. £210, they're pretty limited, so they were hard to get. Although I didn't actually try on sneakers because I'd already secured a pair before I went on sneakers. Since I got them in hand, I've actually doubled up. I actually got a fairly reasonable price, like £20 over retail on eBay, because I think this pair is that good. I want to beat this pair up over the summer. And I also think just holding on to them, I think it's the kind of pair that will just go up and up in value. My advice with this pair, I just think sizing wise, stay true to size for your normal Jordan size, your normal Jordan 3 size. I haven't tried them on massively, but I know they fit like any other Jordan 3, so I tried them on briefly and they were comfortable and they fit okay. Lots of people say Jordan 3s are more comfortable than 4s. I don't really have enough pairs to kind of make that difference. They all kind of feel the same to me, but I definitely feel like Jordan 3s are comfortable. My advice to you is if you like this pair, I would get a pair as soon as possible before the price goes up. I don't think there were lots of pairs. I'm seeing 36,000 pairs in general, which I don't think is a huge amount. And I just think when people really understand and see these on feet more and more, they'll realise this is a pair to snap up. So I would, if you're interested, get them sooner rather than later. And like I said, I doubled up, so that's how much I think this pair is amazing. So that's it. I just wanted to do a quick review, just wanted you to see what they look like on feet, wanted you to see them in the detail. As always, I wanted to share what I'm buying with you because we're all on the same page. So if you like this video, again, I would say please give it a thumbs up. Please share it with anyone that you think would like it. Please subscribe, even better. Summer's approaching and I get more time. So the next video I've got planned is some Clark's Wallabies. I've got the Cement 4s coming today. But I've got some collection videos I want to do over the next month because summer's out and I'm going to have a bit more time. So it's all good. So as always, I appreciate every view. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.